Very interesting place. I'm out here in my hot tub in the hot weather here in Los Angeles. Okay, I think YouTube just crashed. But okay, so we're still live. So we're here in Los Angeles outside in the amazing weather. And you can see my iPhone 13 Pro Max and my Pixel 6 Pro. For roughly about the last week, I would say. I've been using the iPhone exclusively, no flip-flopping, no Pixel near me. I only brought it with me last Saturday to the MSEP Main Street Electrical Parade, but I just wanted to give a live review on my thoughts on this. It'll be posted up on the website if you're missing it live, which is totally cool. But I can't spend too much time because I actually have something to go do, but I wanted to just give you guys a quick review on it. So, um, I love the phone. I love the build quality. It's amazing. I think it's definitely shown its maturity over the years. You know, this is the 13th ish model, I would say. There's probably more, being that they've had S models and things like that, but, you know, beside the point. Uh, it's a great phone. It went back to that old flat edge device, or yeah, the old flat edges. I love the camera hump. It's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Um, and you've got multiple cameras, which you can see on the other device, the Pixel 6 Pro also. I don't know, it just has a very premium feel. The Pixel's in the same boat. USB-C on the bottom, not Thunderbolt or Lightning, but everything else is the same. They got the mic and the speaker, and then on the top they've got the speaker also, um, volume rocker, mute toggle there, SIM card tray, and then just a power button, sleep wake, and then you've got the 5G antenna bar there, and then nothing on top. And like I said, the stuff on the bottom there. And just to do this real quick, same thing, USB-C microphone, speaker, top they have a speaker or a microphone. They have a speaker up here, camera. Oh yeah, the camera is up here in the notch, which supposedly may be going away this year on the 14. You got a mic on the top with the 5G antenna bar here. You've got the same cameras, telescopic on this one, which is really neat. The ultra wide, standard, telescopic or telescope, not telescopic, the ultra wide, and then the standard. And then you got LiDAR right here on the phone, which they don't have over here, but they've got the flash and a laser sensor too. So you got laser focus, which is pretty neat. But anyways, I think I'm gonna give it at least another day, but it's not gonna make any difference. The only cool thing about this is that you get iMessage across your iOS devices, so iPad, Mac, and phone. That's a plus. I use WhatsApp and Discord and a little messaging, so it really doesn't matter. I use Google. I actually use Google Maps on here, even though it's an Apple device and there's Apple Maps. Specifically, some apps that I use that go for maps, they pull up Google defaultly, which is kind of interesting. They're both really good mapping. I think Google just has the leg up on that because of time and roads and stuff. But you know, they're both trying to expand further. Um, so other than just the physical, then you've got the OS. I'm running 15.5 beta 2, which is awesome. Over here, I'm running the quarterly on 12 on Android 12, so it has better fingerprint reading and stuff. But beside the point, going back, put this one off to the side. The iPhone 13 Pro Max. Things I don't like about it, and I guess that I can bring the Pixel back in on. Voice to text has been something I use a lot, and I guess I just deal with the issues of what voice to text is and Siri is on the iPhone. Um, Siri's not bad. I mean, Google I think is better personally, but then you have voice to text, and I feel like um, maybe with machine learning and all that, voice to text over here is isolated to my voice, so there can be a little bit of background noise of people talking. It'll still hear me only. I can't say that's 100% proof, but anywho, over here, I say one thing and I feel like the first word is always wrong. Like I have to delete it. I don't know where it comes from, if it's someone around me, if it's something I'm watching that hears it. Anywho, it's just frustrating for me. I'm going to lay back for the last like 5 minutes or 4 minutes of this. So you're definitely definitely dealing with that. The tensor chip on the Pixel 6 line, which I'm using my Pixel 6 here, and my Pixel 6 Pro's over there. Long story short, I did a upgrade from the Pixel 3. I traded it in for nothing, and they gave me $600 towards a Pixel 6. So as long as I hold on to this device and stay on T-Mobile, this device is 100% free because it doesn't even have service. I just wanted to replace old Pixel, so that's very cool. And then, you know, I have my Pixel 6 Pro, which I'm on Jump on Demand, and I have my iPhone, which is on Jump on Demand, which honestly, if the Pixel 7 and the Pixel Watch come out, I don't know if I'll proceed on the Jump on Demand with the iPhone. There's nothing massive coming out these days, so we'll just have to wait and see. But going back to the iPhone, voice to text always seems to be my problem, and that's where the frustration comes. I have to say some APIs work a little bit better on the iPhone. Other than that, third-party APIs work better than stuff that I've seen on Google. But that voice to text is like my life. When I send messages nowadays, it's so good. I was using my Pixel 6. No, I was using my Pixel 6 Pro, and I was just wanted to notate something really quick, and it was sitting there, and I knew it was easier because I can literally say open, you know, Keep, which is their note app, and then I can do a voice to text just as if I was going to type. I hit the little thing and I start talking, and it'll put periods, commas, spaces after the period, all that, like capitalization. It does all that just on the fly by how I talk and when I take a break and stuff like that. It's very cool. On the iPhone, it just puts it down in one long thing. I mean, it's definitely an improvement that Apple needs to do, and I don't know if it has to do with the tensor chip where it doesn't go off the device and it just stays right on the device and processes it. This tensor chip is brand new and it's already showing promise for me. So again, I know that I love my iPhone. I love the design. I just feel like Apple has gotten to a point where they're not making big enough improvements on the operating system to help the software. Now, I'm not saying it's a crappy device because I still have it. You know, I've had it since almost the beginning. I think I only skipped like 3 models out of all the iPhones. No, 4, because I didn't go with the 8, I went with the 10, you know? So there's definitely, I didn't go to every S, and when I switched away from AT&T to Verizon, I went back to the 4 because it was coming out on Verizon. And now I'm on T-Mobile, so it doesn't even matter. But I maybe I'll go through the last couple days. Maybe I'll just jump right into my Pixel. I was watching a video the other day. I think it was John Redinger was on Mac Rumors, like their little video podcast that they do. And they were talking about and I'd love to hear from people on this, if you had an iPhone, but you wanted to run, or I guess if you had an Android device and you wanted to be a part of the iMessage ecosystem where you can send messages, because it's not about sending a text and getting the green bubble, it's about having like me emojis and all those little things that come from an iMessage that Apple offers. Imagine if I guarantee it exists somewhere. There's a APK that is iMessage for Android. It's locked away in a vault, and they won't do it because they don't want to lose the sales of iPhones. But imagine if you could get iMessage on Android and you paid $5 a month just to have the access to run it. Just like you can do, they could add it to the whatever Apple's Apple One, I think it is, they could add it to that and go up and add another $5 to it, or you can have it individually, and it just allows you to have access to everything that iMessage has on Android. And maybe you still have to have another Apple device, like you have to have a Mac, or maybe you still have to have an iPad, or you have to have an iPhone, but at least it can be one of the devices that receives it. I don't know. I know that sounds silly, but there's ways that they can get around that people need to have an iPhone to do it, and then you can always download the app. It just depends on if you have access to it through your services, or if you have an Apple product, it allows you to use it as a, but you have to have an iPhone on your account, something like that. So, but I don't think it'll ever happen, but I think that the conversation is really neat, and I would totally pay, $5 a month to be able to have iMessage on my Android device. I know that they want to have the blue bubbles, which signify that you're talking to someone with an Android or someone with an iPhone, but it could totally change. They could add a different color if they wanted to make it, add a different color so you know that you're on Android but using iMessage. I don't know. So, yeah, I've always loved Pixels, and I've always loved iOS and iPhones. But what Google has to offer this time around, I know there's been bugs. Trust me, I know. I'm living with one just because I'm too lazy to format my device and reinitiate it, even with the quarterly update that's been updated once. But, it is what it is, and it's just a cell phone, but I use it for everything. So thank you guys for watching. I know this is going to be replay because I haven't seen anybody join, but it's a silly little live stream I'm doing here about 1 week review of the iPhone. I've had the iPhone 13 Pro Max since it launched, and now I'm looking at it saying, was it really worth it? I mean, I had a 12 Pro Max before, and I only had it for like 6 months because I was moving, and I'm like, oh, I'll just update. So as soon as the 13 Pro Max came out, I did the jump on demand, and now I've got this. It's so easy to jump, and it doesn't make sense to keep paying the same money if you're going to have an old device. But if I want to get out of the jump on this device, I have to ride it out an extra year with the device in hand. So we'll see what happens come November. We'll see what happens here in, about a month and a week or something like that. I want to see what iOS 15, no, iOS 16 has to offer. And I want to see what Google does at Google I/O when they talk about the Pixel Watch. Because I am a fan of this Tensor chip, and I believe that Google is finally ready to step up. They've had a lot of what they would call, the word's slipping my mind, but it's like a top tier device. And then last year they had a second tier phone, and then this year, when I say last year, I mean 2 years ago. Last year when they launched this Pixel and this release of phones, it was a top tier device. $900, really good price. $500 for this Pixel, and you're getting high quality stuff. So, and this Tensor chip is revolutionary. So I'm glad. All right, guys, talk to you later. Have a good day. Comment, subscribe, ask questions down below, and we'll see you on the next video. I'll do another review a week from now going back to the Pixel and tell you the things I miss and stuff like that. All right, guys, let's give one last view. Pixel 6 Pro, iPhone 13 Pro Max. There we go, guys. See y'all later.